Hello. Today we will have a strong, argumentative, and a bit heated debate upon addressing gender pay equity. I represent I represent from the proposition side, and my fellow team members are Noman and Disha, whereas Parul, Satna, and Irfaraz are participating as being opponents. So I begin on with my concrete statements, and I say the implementation of a universal basic income is advocated as a fundamental solution to combating income inequality and ensuring social welfare. Proponents argue that UBI offers a safety net guaranteeing a minimum standard of living for all individuals regardless of their socio-economic status. This in turn is believed to foster economic stability by reducing poverty and inequality while also empowering individuals to pursue opportunities and contribute to society without the constraints of financial insecurity. To overall, it is believed that UBI can reshape socioeconomic structure, promoting fairness and equality while addressing the challenges posed by technological advancements and changing labor market trends.
Thank you, Sarvish, but it has been found that implementing UBI is economically unsustainable and can have adverse effects on productivity. They argue that significant fiscal burden of implementing UBI without clear funding mechanisms can strain government resources and lead to budget deficits. Also, critics express concerns about UBI's potential to de-incentivize workforce participation. Also, there are fears that UBI could fuel inflationary pressures and hinder economic growth, ultimately exacerbating rather than alleviating existing socio-economic challenges.
Thank you for putting your opinion, Ifraz. However, I am gonna team up with Cherish on this topic. Advocates of implementing UBI often ground their support within the framework of utilitarianism, a moral philosophy that prioritizes maximizing overall welfare and societal well-being. Under this ethical framework, proponents argue that UBI align with the principle of ensuring basic needs are met for all individuals irrespective of their economic circumstances. By providing a guaranteed income, UBI aims to alleviate poverty, promote social stability, and enhance the overall quality of life. From a utilitarian perspective, the implementation of UBI is seen as a means to achieve the greatest good for the greatest number of people as it addresses systemic inequalities and empowers individuals to pursue fulfilling lives free from the constraints of financial hardship.
Thank you, Disha, for this. Now, I would like to specify that, in contrast, opponents of UBI often draw upon deontological ethics. It's a moral theory that emphasizes duty, principles, and the importance of adhering to rules and obligations. So, within this ethical framework, the critics argue that prioritizing economic self sufficiency and merit based rewards is essential for fostering individual responsibility and incentivizing productivity. From a deontological perspective, the implementation of UBI may be viewed as morally problematic as it could undermine the principles of fairness and meritocracy by providing income without corresponding effort or contribution.
Well, Sadhna, you have a nice narrative, but I think you don't listen clearly what my colleagues said, the Sarish and the Disha Bean. They said everything very clearly. Let me explain you in my words, because beyond all effect, only not only all affected differences in the income, the gender pay gap in which women are generally paid less for doing equal work than men has far-reaching effects. Because many of studies reveal that there is a 26% of women mental health problems, underscoring its significant influence on overall wellness. It is believed that the poverty levels could be decreased by addressing this imbalance through policies like enacting a UBI, especially for women who are badly affected. because more people will have disposable money. Universal basic income has the potential to boost economic activity by encouraging consumer expenditure. Well, I want to addition some more thing that offering a safety net for the finances, UBI could promote entrepreneurship, particularly among women who frequently encounter obstacles when attempting to access conventional funding sources. Finally, closing the gender gap pay with programs like UBI not only advances economic justice but also enhances mental health and give women more economic power. That's it.
Well, Naman, I really appreciate as being a woman that you are concerning a woman issues and you are creating an argument with so lots of sensitivity. But I want to raise that issue that what you are talking about, that they may create funds for these, but you don't know that in 2022, inflation increased 9% according to the Voila 2023. And due to that gender pay gap, which you are talking about, gender pay gap is not only about being a paying a low wage to a woman. It corporate industries pay low wage to a woman not only just because they are a woman. The gender paying low someone is definitely not this is a particular issue. Paying of in a corporate commands or whether in anywhere according to the UBI, which you are saying that it is that does not state the fact. Corporate company, MNCs, whatever it is, they pay to employ according to their educational background, their training, their expertise, what level they are holding. Or if you are talking about the UBI and the gender pay, lots of employers are burdening lots of tax paying. They are a lot under the burden of lots of taxpayers and to be holding on the risk of dependency. A low rate is totally depending on the accountability and delegation of authority of the employee, not only on the basis of gender, according to me. Thank you so much.
Well, Parul, you really said well, and I liked your arguments, but I have much better than yours. And I come up some with more robust statements and arguments. I'm going to address the fiscal concerns through progressive taxation. Progressive taxation is the cornerstone of many UBI proposals. It involves taxing higher incomes at higher rates. By implementing progressive taxation, the burden of funding UBI would be shifted to those with greater financial capacity, thereby reducing concerns about its fiscal sustainability. This approach ensures that UBI is funded in a manner that minimizes the impact on lower income individuals while redistributing wealth to provide for the basic needs.
Thank you, Savish. But I would like to make the point that progressive taxation redistributes wealth to address income disparities, aiding equity in pay. In addressing the issue of gender pay disparity, implementing progressive taxation serves as a pivotal step towards achieving economic equity. By levying higher taxes on the wealthy and redistributing these funds towards social programs, governments can bridge the gap in income inequality, which addresses the wage disparity and also tackles the root causes by providing resources for education, healthcare, and social welfare initiatives. By doing progressive taxation, the burden of funding essential services is shifted from the marginalized to those with greater financial means. Also, by bolstering social programs, individuals from marginalized groups, including women, can access support necessary for them to thrive, therefore ensuring that their contributions are recognized and fairly compensated. Progressive taxation aligns with the pursuit of pay equity and acknowledges the inherent value of all individuals in the workforce.
Okay, well, Irfraz, thank you so much. But whatever you said, I'm gonna say is a very positive point, and I'm gonna make my argument very positive with it. I'm emphasizing UBI. I'm gonna emphasize UBI as a long-term investment in societal well-being. While initial fiscal concerns may arise with the implementation of UBI, it is crucial to recognize the long term benefit it offers to the society. It serves as an investment in societal well being by reducing poverty, improving health outcomes, and fostering, especially, stability by ensuring that all individuals have access to basic income. UBI can lead a more equitable and prosperous society in a long run.
Yes, but there are some successful UBI pilots also. Many of these have shown and have been successful as and show evidence of its feasibility and effectiveness. These pilots, conducted in various countries and regions, have demonstrated the potential of UBI to alleviate poverty and improve health and education outcomes. By showcasing these examples of UBI in action, opponents challenge the notion that UBI is economically unsustainable or de incentivizes productivity.
Yeah, very well explained by you, Ifraz. But according to me, UBI proponents argue that implementing such a system align with the principles of virtue ethics, emphasizing compassion and fairness in society, care, and justice. From a virtue ethics perspective, UBI embodies compassion by ensuring that all individuals have access to a basic income, regardless of their socio-economic status. It promotes fairness by addressing systematic inequalities and providing a safety net for those in need. By prioritizing the well being of all members of society and fostering a sense of solidarity and empathy, UBI reflects the virtue of compassion and fairness central to virtue ethics.
Thank you, Disha, very much. Now, I would like to state I'm not saying that you are wrong, but I would like to state my opinion that the opponents of UBI raise concerns from a contractualist perspective, arguing that such a system may violate social contracts by redistributing wealth without the explicit consent of individuals. So, according to contractualist theory, societal arrangements and distributions of resources should be based on mutual agreement and consent among the members of society. So, a UBI's implementation without clear consent may lead to feelings of resentment and social instability, as it challenges the perceived fairness of wealth distribution and the individual autonomy. Critics caution that disregarding the principles of contractualism in implementing UBI, it could undermine social cohesion and lead to ethical dilemmas regarding consent and fairness and resource allocation.
Very well said, Sadhna, but it's your perception, not ours perception. I have some refutations about this. Because by promoting the adoption of suitable economic policy measures, they content the tactical changes in the monetary policy, such as regulating the money supply and interest rate, can lessen the inflationary pressure brought on the universal basic income. Government may ensure that the universal basic income effectively addresses socioeconomic inequalities, which stabilizes the pricing and preventing excessive inflation by enacting sensible fiscal policies.
Well, thank you, Noman. I'm going to just post a individual statement according to your argument. Because of the gender pay equity, it boosts consumer spending. That consumer is spending more and more day by day, and it's also aiding to the economic stability. Uh, Due to worldwide, the economic stability of corporate companies are a little bit shaken down because of the gender pay equity, which is now a leading concern according to you. But that's not a main reason in every corporate commitments, and it's also countering inflation concerns for many companies and as well as worldwide according to the UBI.
Let me tell you more. In order to support such claims, advocate offer factual evidence showing how to UBI boost regional economics. Research has indicated that the implementation of UBI pilot programs in certain regions has resulted in a rise of consumer spending, job creation, and entrepreneurship. Universal basic income encouraged these arguments by highlighting concentration advantages as a useful instrument for promoting economic development and lowering local poverty.
According to your argument, I'm gonna just give you a refreshing statement. According to Sitmanson and Campbell 2021 article addressing concern of dependency with educational and training programs, the gender pay equity is not only based on a specific sector, or it will only not only based on the specific sex. The low pay based rate is basically uh, depend upon the education and training what employee hold, and it is also upon depend on that delegation of authority which is given to employee and what authority responsibility they are holding as in a company. Companies are not only based on giving their employees just based on the gender. It is also based on multiple aspects, such as what training they have, what are their uh, delegation in their societies and as well as in their job, and what are they doing in part of being in their job, and what are their contributions towards the company. That's my closing statements in this debate. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Parul, and thank you for your contribution, Parul. But to be very honest, my all arguments and my views contradict with yours. And from proposition, I'm gonna summarize all and gonna make the strongest argument from the proposition side. As I go on to say, the primary strength of the proposition lies in the assertion that UBI fosters economic security, thereby promoting individual freedom and social well-being for all individuals. By providing a guaranteed income to all individuals, UBI ensures that basic needs are met, reducing financial insecurity and empowering individuals to pursue opportunities without the constraint of poverty. This economic security not only enhances individual well-being but also contributes to social stability and economic prosperity by fostering consumer spending, entrepreneurship, and innovation essentially.
Thank you, Sirish. Now, I would like to summarize and conclude my overall opponent team members. And I would like to state the strongest argument, which is the most compelling argument against UBI, is its perceived significant fiscal risk and potential to discourage workforce participation. So, in this, critics highlight the financial burden of implementing UBI and express concerns about its long term sustainability, particularly in the face of increasing budget deficits and economic uncertainty. Additionally, the opponents argue that providing a guaranteed income may disincentivize individuals from seeking employment or pursuing education and training opportunities, ultimately hindering economic growth and exacerbating dependency on government support.
Well, thank you so much, Sadhna. But here I'm gonna give some recommendation and then we're gonna end our debate here today. To navigate the ethical complications of implementing UBI, a recommendation is made to utilize a virtue ethics approach. This involves prioritizing societal care and justice, ensuring that the implementation of UBI aligns with ethical principles of compassion, fairness, and solidarity. It is essential to incorporate input from all stakeholders and economic experts to ensure UBI policies are designed and implemented in a manner that upholds ethical standards and promotes the common goal. By embracing a virtue ethics approach and engaging in inclusive decision making processes, policymakers can strive to achieve ethical and equitable outcomes in the implementation of UBI. Thank you very much, all the participants, and we had a good argumentative debate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank
It's a
you.
informative debate. Nice.